A very good afternoon to you out there, and welcome to today's episode of the Unscripted series. My name is Iya Sapoma, and today we'll be looking at childlessness in marriage. To do the discussion with me, I have a lady and a gentleman in the studio here with me who I'll be talking to after this commercial break. Do want to follow all our social media pages at the Unscripted series. Stay tuned, I'll be right back.
CJTV Studio has a professional ultra-modern television studio available for rentals. Our studio is equipped for the most demanding multi-camera productions of broadcasting quality. CJTV Studio is ready for use, and the rental price includes a technical crew, camera equipment, lighting, sound, and live video editing. We can also easily make live broadcasts on the internet. Rent our TV studio for your news bulletins, interviews, talk shows, fashion shows, webcasts, religious broadcasts, sports shows, and auditions. Contact CJTV Studio for appointments on the following numbers: 0302-220-715 or 0545-059-319.
Do you need a place to hold an event or a place to lodge? Joe's Place, located on the West Hills near New Botiano, Accra, is the place for you.
You are welcome to Joe's Place.
We have a state-of-the-art event center fully equipped with lighting, LED display screens, and sound system. You can hold your live events, live musical concerts, wedding receptions, birthday parties, and church services at our event center. Our wedding reception package includes free decoration of the 200 seating capacity hall. We also provide wedding chairs, tables and covers, flower stands, couple chairs, wedding backdrops. Our 18-bedroom guest house has standard rooms which can be used by 1 or 2 visitors. We provide restaurant services for our guests. You can locate Joe's Place at Red Top, New Botiano, Accra, just some few minutes drive from the West Hills Mall. Please call 0302-961-906.
CJTV, in partnership with the National Theatre, presents Miss Aquaba Fest 22. Are you 18 years and above? And do you have some knowledge about Ghana, our culture, and tourism? Get ready to participate in the maiden edition of the Miss Aquaba Fest, slated for Saturday, 6th August 2022 at the National Theatre, Accra. Auditions will take place on Friday 1st and Saturday 2nd July 2022 at the ultra-modern CJTV Studios at Bekala Paz, Accra. Hurry and register now at www.aquabafestivals.com or call 0245 200 401 or 0242 157 111 for all enquiries. Registration is free. Juicy prizes await the ultimate winner of Miss Aquaba Fest 22, 10,000 cedis cash, a fully loaded paid for one trip to Dubai plus pocket money, and also the opportunity to feature on the cover page of the Aquaba Fest 22 magazine. Register now to take part in this 4-week tourism reality show to crown the winner of the maiden edition of Miss Aquaba. Aquaba Festival 22 is brought to you under the auspices of the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture and powered by CJ Multimedia. Sponsors:
Welcome back. Like I said earlier, today we are dealing with childlessness in marriage. But for a few cases, love relationships end up in marriage. We all want to be married to that one person that we really love. And marriage is a beautiful thing, I am told. And then there are many blessings that comes with marriage. Talk most of it for most people and for most society the world over is a child in marriage. And for most men, even women alike, for the legacies that they leave behind, they would want children to continue that, or they would want to toil and leave it up for their children, or even have children to raise. So today our topic is quite interesting and sensitive to some couples out there. So we're going to delve into it and look at how couples out there, how people out there are dealing with childlessness in their marriage and how society is also looking at it. As I said earlier, to do this with me, I have a lady and a gentleman here in the studio. I would go to the gentleman today. I'll break some protocol. Dela.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's always good to have you.
It's always great to be
I
back.
particularly love the off-air conversation.
You know it. I bet you know that.
Yeah, that one, fire days.
5 days I plenty.
Next to the last is Mami for Black Beauty. Okay, maybe what's yeah, what's showing wrong?
And you love me showing.
What's showing? Welcome. Yeah, so thank you for being here with me. So I want to start with you. How important are children in marriages?
Children are a gift from God, and to every marriage, that is also one of the blessings to a marriage. So to me, I think that children are very important in a marriage, but connected to what we are about to discuss. If your time is not due or if you don't have any, I think that it shouldn't be a worry, because once you are made to be a parent, you are not only made to be a parent to your biological children, because there are other children out there who might also need you. So as important as it is, if you also don't have it, it is not that necessary as well. Thank you.
All right. As important as it is, then I would want to ask, does it make a marriage successful or not?
Children making marriage successful. Well, it varies. And it, like I said, it depends on a whole lot of dynamics here and there. There are some children who make marriage, just lovely. And some children actually make marriage very sad. For instance, you have kids and they are either deformed or have one medical issue or the other. It makes the marriage sad because you're always to and fro a hospital or something. And, there are the children who are living up to parents' expectations, the sacrifices the parents put in, they are actually yielding the fruits of the sacrifice. So that makes, children a joy to have. But, like I said, the whole issue of having children, it's a nice thing, and depending on the couple involved, you should know there are some people who really children are not for them. Some may have their biological children or may want their biological children but may not have, and so they have to probably rely on taking care of other children. That at the end of the day makes you a parent. But it's not only, having your biological child that makes you a parent. So as for children, they're good.
Okay, so if we're coming back to you, you had earlier said that children are gifts from God. So my question is, if it's a gift from God, then it means that we don't necessarily have control over it. Because if I need to give you the gift, you can't, maybe to some extent by your actions you can influence me. But to a large extent you cannot, because I'm giving you a gift. Why then is society putting so much pressure on the couple to give birth if children are out of their purview, for want of a better word?
I think it's the society, our upbringing in the society, the way our society is formed concerning having children. That is what makes society feels that as soon as you get married, you should give birth or you should have children. But I think that for now and in this new century, I think that people should be educated or tutored to know that children, as you said, they are a gift. So it can be either be willed or not be willed. So if you get them, blessings. If you don't get them, it means that you don't have power over your reproduction. It is God that gives it. So if God giveth you, hallelujah. But if you don't have it, I think that you should. The society should have an open mind that you can't force it. Yes, you can't force it. But if you get it, then we give glory to God. I think that now we as the upcoming generation should have that kind of mindset. Yeah.
Okay, she was just taking it out of, because I was then going to ask that what can we do differently with society? I mean, to some extent, sometimes if you are aging and you're not married, you have parents or family members say, well, they won't worry, if you're not going to get married, you just give us a child. So what can we do differently moving on so that that pressure and weight is off everyone, especially for married people?
You see, I would first of all just give a small rebuttal to what she said.
Okay.
Yes. I, through the years and I'll say through science and study, have come to realize that yes, we believe in the children being gifts from God. But through what I have studied and through what I have learned, I've also come to believe that we as human beings, and both men and women, we contribute to making of children. That's why, like you are saying, the pressure comes. Because our forebearers, our parents and the others, they have, lived the life. And through teachings that they have received from their forebearers, they've come to realize that human beings have a clock ticking on them. Women even have a bigger clock ticking on them than men. And so with women and their clicking clocks, they are advised to have kids early because at a certain age, having a child is difficult. If you have the child even probably around that same age, to a lot of complications here and there come up. So that is where the advice to hurry up and have kids. You find out that at a certain age, some women, a woman as you grow older, you hit the 40s or between 35 going, your eggs diminish. That's something people are not told and people do not know. The number of eggs you have in your ovaries, they go down. So you find out that you are probably in your 40s, you're trying and you're not getting it. It's because you don't have enough eggs in your ovaries. So that is why our parents will tell us, hurry up and have kids. And that is why when they find out that you are not making any effort, they put the pressure on you because they know that probably you are in your childbearing age and you're not making any effort. So they'll say, why? Because they know that when you probably get to the 40s and it's not coming, you'll be stressed.
Yeah.
You see, you'll be stressed naturally. So they put the pressure between your 25 to say 35. That is where the pressure is. Most people do not understand. I have come to realize that it's a good pressure, but people do not get it. So I feel that the people receiving the pressure, they are the ones who have to structure their lives accordingly. They shouldn't just put it blindly that, oh, I have all the time on the earth to be able to have kids. Oh, I've heard people have kids in their 40s, so I can wait till I'm 40. You'll be surprised when you get to 40 and you will not be able to have kids. Even though kids are from God, you understand? But the science in you also works.
But
if your eggs,
those who are trying, it's not that they are deliberately waiting.
There are those who are trying. With that one, you see that those are exclusive cases because you are not probably at a ripe what's the word they use, advanced age of having kids. Those are exclusives. So those, you probably go to the hospital, they'll find out what is wrong with you. Maybe you're not ovulating well, your menstrual cycle is imbalanced, so they prescribe the 1 or 2 drugs for you. Some have the cases of fibroid, and then they're advised to hurry up and have kids so that the fibroid doesn't take over their womb for hysterectomy and co to happen to them whenever they have to go under the knife. So those are one of the the dynamics to that situation over there. And that one too, it's quite rare. And also we find out that some of our women too who are that young, they've engaged in things that they shouldn't engage in, probably quite a number of abortions. So you find out she's 30, she probably during her 20s, she was really working. If you understand what I mean by working. And she's probably done 1 too many abortions and it's affected her womb. When she's in a prime to have kids, it wouldn't come. Naturally, How are you going to do that? Maybe you've done an abortion, it's affected your womb or your tubes. How are you going to have kids?
I get that, but then there are also those who have their menstrual cycle right. There's nothing wrong, but they're not having children.
That one,
Uh-huh.
if you are married, right, and it's not happening, you are too involved. So the man has to get himself tested. Probably
What
he's.
if there's nothing wrong with the man as well? Because today I want us to look at all the angles. So oftentimes when the issue of childlessness comes up, we are tempted to look at all these. Have you done abortions? Is your menstrual cycle okay? Is your age prime? We put all these things together, which we want to push it away. But then there are also people who are not in all these categories, who are fine. The men are fine, the woman is fine. But there's nothing coming on. And society has put in so much pressure on these people. And they have done everything possible, but they still not get time. And sometimes in the Christian faith, you'll be told that it's for the glory of God. For the appointed time will come. For such a couple, hypothetically, if we are such a couple, what can we do? What can society do to lessen this kind of pressure? Because clinically, they are good. Anyhow you want to look at it, they are good. But there's no child.
You see, society doesn't know clinically they are good. It's only the two people, probably their doctor, or maybe their immediate family members that know that they are good. But what society looks at is, oh, I worry about 5 years. I can and buy. Hey, adding. Then they start, a bearding, a brim no. No, a bad girl. Or Bema no need to and tutu back. That kind of thing. You can't control society. If you want to live for what society will be saying to you all the time, believe you me, you will be hitting a brick wall every time. Live your life. Take away the stress of having kids. Sometimes, like the people who are okay, sometimes too much stress, and the total focus is, I'm having intercourse for the sake of kids. You'll be doing it and be achieving cost 90. You should just let the flow.
But is that what should make a marriage happy? Or I don't know if I'm putting it right. Without children, shouldn't the couple be happy? Because it looks as though, maybe I'm not in it, so I will see it differently. But when there's no child in a marriage, some couples they are just not enjoying the marriage. It's as though until a child comes, every other thing ceases. But I believe that children are just not the only blessings to marriage. So without it, shouldn't the couple live? Shouldn't they be happy? Let's put society aside and let's deal with the two people.
I think that without children, that is when you should even enjoy more.
Yeah.
Because when children start coming, attention for the man even reduces. Because especially when you have your first child, all your attention is with the child. And you so adore the child that, am I carrying this child? I'm looking at the face. Even when the child is not crying, it's like you want to. Yes. And even it sometimes even brings a break in intimacy between the couple. So I think that when you are waiting upon to have children, it should not bring it should not sadden the relationship, because like Della said, probably spicing the relationship and putting other touches to it and relaxing and feeling okay and being happy about yourself will take away the stress, and with that can even bring you that blessing that you have been waiting for. Because if you make that the focus, it means that when you have a child, somehow, some way, your marriage can break. Because you would not do what you were doing before, and the child becomes the center of your marriage. But think that without your children, you should still have a marriage. because the children are not married. The marriage is between you and your husband and not you and your children. So without children, and as you are waiting for children, you should not let that thing suck out the joy in the marriage. You should rather be closer and rather find comfort with each other and do the things that makes you more happier than worrying and sorrowing about not having children. That's what I think.
Okay.
To add up to what she said, biblical times, when a couple gets married, the man, for instance, is not supposed to go to war for a year or go to work for a year. You're supposed to enjoy your marriage. Some people get married and then within the first few months, they feel, sometimes it's not even the society. We allow some thoughts to make us feel society is expecting us to bear kids within the shortest possible time.
Maybe it's
after
we have grown up, like
to
she
believe.
said, we have grown up to see. Yeah.
So we end up not trying to enjoy our marriage. You marry, and for a whole year, the two of you should get to know each other further, because your courting period, look, definitely there'll be one or two behaviors here and there that'll be hidden. But when you start living together, those behaviors can't be hidden forever. They will definitely come out. That is where you learn your tolerances and your forgiveness and your whatnots. So if you're unable to explore that 1 year of yourselves, enjoy each other in toto, as they say, you are and all you think all
I like the
yes, all you thinking about is kids.
Kids.
You're having sex as a married couple, and it's with the sole reason to have kids.
Yeah, we
You are
actually
stressed.
limit sex to just
Yes.
childbearing.
Instead of enjoying and exploring yourselves, then that's, and as soon as within the maybe first 3, 4, 5 months, kids are not coming in the marriage, then you see the stress comes in. Either usually it's the woman that gets stressed first, then rushing to the hospital and everything. It's not bad to do that. That's why it's always advised that thing you do within the first year, rushing to the hospital after marriage, you should have done that probably some months to your marriage. There you get to know your insides properly, so that when you get into the marriage and you are doing everything, you know that I'm good to go. Not when you're already in the marriage, you are now going to check yourself whether you're actually good. That's bad planning.
Yeah.
You see? So instead of focusing on the design of what your wedding and color and focus that money on checking your systems, your insides, your tubes, your ovaries, everything. The man too should be able to go for a sperm check, so that you both know you are good to go. You understand?
Yeah.
But we don't do that. Unfortunately, we waste the time in the marriage and with a lot of resources at the beginning of it. And then at the end of the day, anger sets in, then blame game starts happening, and especially when you have gone over and beyond to tell maybe one partner that, hey, I was this hippie when I was growing up and I did this and did that, then the blame game starts happening. Probably it's not even that causing it, but because you have said it once, that maybe I did this number of abortions in the past, all these things start coming to play, and then it brings a rift between the marriage or in the marriage. So I believe that couples should just take their time, especially if you're fresh. Take your time, explore each other, and what will come, will come. I always say, Sarah, what will be what will be.
Okay, I'm still staying with you. It looks as though when there's no child, like you said earlier, the first blame, whether consciously or unconsciously, goes to the woman.
Naturally.
Because she will physically carry the woman. But I want to find out from you, as a man, speaking to your friends or from any experience if you have any, what do men feel? Or how do they deal with it? Because I would want to believe, or I don't want to believe that the men don't deal with it or they don't feel anything. when there's so much pressure on the marriage to bear a child. How do men deal with it?
It's a difficult thing because pressures start coming. People who don't know what's going on with you would start, assuming, oh, you married a barren woman. Then there is the go and have a kid outside. That's even the worst pressure. Go and have a kid outside. And then those who like to make mockery of you will say that you are not the man. They'll call you infertile and whatnot. So there's a lot of pressure. And when you're in a marriage and children are not in the marriage, even for the legacy's sake, or if not for the legacy's sake, if you're somebody who loves kids naturally, you'd always wish there's a child in the house running around for you to be screaming, "Hey, stop that, I'll beat you," that kind of thing. It dulls the relationship sometimes, but it's the individuals involved in the marriage that helps keep the sanity in the marriage when kids are not there. If you have a man who is open-minded and believes that, look, in as much as children are very essential in a marriage, they are not what really makes a marriage what it is. And the woman also feels the same, they are good to go. But when one always wants to put, premium on children must be present in the marriage, that's where problems come. And that is where one is susceptible to the pressures. And mostly men are the ones who, end up at the end of those pressures. They go and then do what they want to do, and they come back and they end up hurting their wives. And it's a crazy experience. I've had an experience before, so I know what I'm talking about. Today, for instance, I saw something on Facebook, Tell It All, and there's a woman who's been married for 10 years. No kids. She's been to the hospital, everything. The man is not ready to go anywhere with her. Pastors, counselors are tired. Doctors are even tired. Finally, he goes to do a sperm count test, and he's the problem. On top two, he's got attitude.
Wow.
Now she feels she's in her 40s. Her chances are very low. You understand? So now she feels she should get out of the marriage and go have a kid. Damn the consequences. Marriages. And unfortunately for her too, she has family members of the man on her neck, thinking that she's the cause. So you can just imagine. But the good thing too is that the man never went out, or he probably did go out, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
So he's still in there, but quiet.
Wow.
So men too, I believe that, look, if you are not having kids and your wife is going to the hospital, accompany her, do the sperm test. You won't die.
Sometimes probably they know.
Yeah.
Yeah, some do know. Some do know. And also some are afraid. Some are afraid of, they say,
Yeah.
so if I don't know that my gun is shooting blanks,
My sperm
I'm good.
Yeah.
When a man gets to know that his sperm count or his sperms can't fertilize a woman, there's this sense of how do you call it? The man loses some confidence in himself because he knows that at the end of the day, his legacy is dead. He can't father a child. I mean, he's the end of his legacy because it starts with him and that kind of thing. But I believe that an open-minded person should be open to other alternatives once your partner is also open to other alternatives, i.e. adoption or taking care of another child somewhere or something. That's what I believe.
So indeed, it can be a crazy experience. If you're watching me right now, today we are discussing childlessness in marriage. This is the Unscripted series. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
CJTV Studio has a professional ultra-modern television studio available for rentals. Our studio is equipped for the most demanding multi-camera productions of broadcasting quality. CJ TV Studio is ready for use, and the rental price includes a technical crew, camera equipment, lighting, sound, and live video editing. We can also easily make live broadcast on the internet. Rent our TV studio for your news bulletins, interviews, talk shows, fashion shows, webcast, religious broadcasts, sports shows, and auditions. Contact CJ TV Studio for appointments on the following numbers: 0302 220 715 or 0545 059 319.
Do you need a place to hold an event or a place to lodge? Joe's Place, located on the West Hills near New Botiano, Accra, is the place for you.
You are welcome to Joe's Place.
We have a state-of-the-art event center fully equipped with lighting, LED display screens, and sound system. You can hold your live events, live musical concerts, wedding receptions, birthday parties, and church services at our event center. Our wedding reception package includes free decoration of the 200 seating capacity hall. We also provide wedding chairs, tables and covers, flower stands, couple chairs, wedding backdrops. Our 18-bedroom guest house has standard rooms which can be used by 1 or 2 visitors. We provide restaurant services for our guests. You can locate Joe's Place at Red Top, New Botiano, Accra, just some few minutes drive from the West Hills Mall. Please call 0302 961 906.
CJ TV, in partnership with the National Theatre, presents Miss Aquaba Fest 22. Are you 18 years and above? And do you have some knowledge about Ghana, our culture, and tourism? Get ready to participate in the maiden edition of the Miss Aquaba Fest, slated for Saturday, 6th August 2022 at the National Theatre, Accra. Auditions will take place on Friday 1st and Saturday 2nd July 2022 at the ultra-modern CJ TV Studios at Bekala Paz, Accra. Hurry and register now at www.aquabafestivals.com or call 0245 200 401 or 0242 157 111 for all enquiries. Registration is free. Juicy prizes await the ultimate winner of Miss Aquaba Fest 22, 10,000 cedis cash, a fully loaded paid for one trip to Dubai plus pocket money, and also the opportunity to feature on the cover page of the Aquaba Fest 22 magazine. Register now to take part in this 4-week tourism reality show to crown the winner of the maiden edition of Miss Aquaba. Aquaba Festival 22 is brought to you under the auspices of the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture and powered by CJ Multimedia. Sponsors:
Welcome back. If you're tuned in right now, this is the Unscripted series right here on this channel. Today we are discussing childlessness in marriage, and doing the discussion with me is a lady and a gentleman, Mami Fua and Dela. Dela, before we went on the commercial break, we're looking at what the men go through. But from your submission, it looks as though if the man is not being able to father a child, it's like that's all there is to the man. Am I not getting something right? Because yes, children are good. I am a child of my parents. I am proud of it, and I'm sure they are as well. But if a man doesn't give birth, can't he function? Won't he be able to do other things? Is it just about the childbirth? Should it? Because for some men, it's like that is the end. It actually affects every other thing in their lives. Can't you just live on?
Yeah, we can live on, but like I said, legacies need to be created. If I have made it in life, for instance, I'm rich, like maybe despite and co, and I don't have kids of my own, and I feel I have to leave a legacy for my kids to continue, it takes a toll on me there, because it's like I'm working and I'm going to give it to somebody else, where I should have given it to my own, blood. So that takes effect. And then a man can live, all right. But like I said, the legacy too is very important. But he feels his bloodline is being cut off.
Okay. Women go to some extent
Yes.
to get pregnant and have a child.
Yeah.
Do men do same? And to what extent?
Oh,
Can they go? Or
the
do
man's
they go?
extent is just simple. Get another woman, knock her, she gets pregnant, and he has his kids. It's very simple for a man. It's not difficult.
So what if he went out there, knocked someone, and it didn't happen?
He'll try another woman. He'll try as many as he can until he finds out that he's the problem.
And if he finds out he's the problem,
Life goes
what
on.
next?
He either, what he does is, in order not to lose his respect that he has in the face of people, he keeps quiet. He will never submit himself to any test for anybody to know that he's the cause.
He doesn't go through any form of treatment.
That is, if he wants to have kids,
Yes, I mean, this is somebody who wants to have kids.
then naturally, nobody should tell you to go for treatment. The treatment is expensive. It's tiresome because you always have to be swallowing stuff. So, but apart from that, what else? Men, they don't take injections. You just take a few tablets here and there to, boost your sperm count. And it's motility.
Then aren't you being fair to women? I'll come to you if.
Yes, that one. The men are not fair to women when it comes to childlessness. Some men, not all men. Some men are not fair because
perhaps.
No, well, I don't know about most, but in my case, for instance, I'll say me, I'm being fair. Some men are not because, like I said, it all boils down to that. I don't know, but whatever they call it.
Well, you're scared of what somebody would say.
No,
or
it's a
society
mockery.
would say.
A man
Then you're
who
not
shoots
ready
blanks.
to continue your legacy, like you said. Because if you are a man and you want to continue,
You see, unfortunately, to some men, I don't know whether it's what fear or I don't know, but just pick your phone, go on Google and read. There are a lot of stuff that you can learn over there. That's what I did. So that you know what is wrong with you. Whatever medicine you intend to take, you read about it. There's information, loads of it. You get to know it. There are some that you don't need to take for so long. There are some that will take for so long. You can know the types, the costs involved, and you have to be very committed to it if you really wanted to. Unless maybe you have been declared totally
Dead.
sterile. You see, there's a difference between being infertile and being sterile. Sterile means you are you can't do anything about it. Now, when you just live your life, if you meet somebody, you have to be open to the person, tell the person that, look, this is my situation. I can't have kids because of A, B, C, D. Not because I don't want to, but because of A, B, C, D. I can't have kids. Let the person decide whether she would like to stay with you or not. Other than that, the infertile ones are the ones that probably they have a few sperms working here and there, but motility issues and here and there. You see, men too have to learn to know what sperm motility and all those things are. You think that because maybe you fathered a child once, so it means that you are still virile.
Yeah.
You are not. Probably lifestyle has caused you to lose motility in your sperms. Crooked heads, crooked tails, they won't fertilize. So men need to read to gain knowledge about what happens down there.
Yeah.
So that they don't feel that because probably I have a child already, so I meet another woman, naturally I should be able to father another child. It won't work that way. If you don't go for a test to find out the strength of your sperms. Some are lucky they are able to continue shooting. But if you're not, you have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, but to be on the safe side, you always need to check.
Yes. So that's what you have to do.
I'm coming to you, Mami Afua. What do women go through? What do they do in their quest to have children?
Women do a lot, and some are so crazy and abstract that just about 3 years ago, I was having a conversation with somebody, and the person told me that now they can even go and see a doctor and they would just get somebody to get pregnant for them while they were silicone pregnancies and go around.
So they get a surrogate mother.
Yes.
But pretend they are pregnant.
Yes. And the due date of the surrogate mother, they invite them to come as if they are also coming to hospital to deliver. So that he will come home with a child. Yeah. That is how far some women can go. So when it comes to childlessness, women actually want to move heaven and earth to get there.
Not move, not want to. They actually
move. Yes. And sometimes their partners don't even know about it. Some actually get to know that their partners are sterile, while the partner maybe might not even be aware of it. They would go and get pregnant somewhere and come. So when it comes to women actually do crazy things.
Just to keep the family happy.
Just to make sure that there is a child, especially whereby the man is a man that needs to have, especially let's come to the Ghanaian society and take somebody who is like a king, a chief, who actually there is a heritage that you really have to get somebody. So
especially a male child.
Yes. So they will move heaven and earth just to get there.
Wow. Then it means that there's so much pressure. Is it the women that are creating the pressure from themselves, or society puts more pressure on the woman than on the man?
The pressure is already created since our ancestors.
And it's on the woman?
Yes. That is why people didn't even used to, point fingers at the man when there was a childlessness situation, because everybody thought that is the woman that have to give birth. So we have been indoctrinated with that, and no matter how literate you are, you soak some of that pressure, and you really want to do that for your family. Let me take the society for your family, because sometimes let me use religion here. Forgive me. We think that Christianity is a society that has set much. So it's those who are even Christians who will mock at you and even give you certain words that will just break you to your lowest points. That you would dress to church and somebody will greet you. Oh, what is saying? And the person who is telling you that is a person that you think that is supposed to know more. He's not an illiterate person. He's a person holding a doctorate degree. And that person will tell you that a fire war. So you would want to do everything just to also be recognized that you are a woman. It's so that's the problem.
She made a statement that when we go out to have kids, some do it just to cover the shame of the man who can't make her pregnant. That's how far a woman will go, just to make her family whole and shield her family from public mockery. It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah. I'll tell you something off there.
Well, I always love your off-air conversation. It is. Now let's come to
please, let me not cut you. I had this friend. Then the lady married. It was so beautiful. They did a great wedding and all that. And the lady had a very big mother care shop. And she used to also travel to Togo and Nigeria to go and bring provisions to come and give to big supermarkets in Kumasi. And one day, one supermarket was owing her, so she went to collect her money. And when she went, the woman told her, "Ah, Amma, Now sika wo beje ne mpimpim hwan ne bedi. Me de me fa ma na kwese no koda wo benyim no abeji sika. So you see,
you made it home.
So that is how detrimental and how torturing it can be. So with women, we want to do every possible thing to achieve that goal.
It's true, because I have had friends who are not married yet, but their mothers, if you don't want to find a man to settle with, they just give me a child.
Yes. There's a reason for that.
What is the reason?
That's your biological clock.
Decide when I want to have a child?
Because the day you decide to have a child, you might not be able to have it.
And what is the guarantee that if I want to have a child at 25, it would happen?
It's more likely to happen at 25 than it's more likely to have it at 45.
So it's not 100%.
That's why I said it's more likely, 99.9%, for you to have it at 25.
99.9?
Yes. For you to have it at 25.
If all things being equal.
All things being
Yes.
equal.
No,
Yeah?
I can agree to that.
Than for you to have it at 45. Believe me. Because, like I said at the beginning of the show, there is something called AMH. I don't know if doctors really tell women this, but they don't. There's something called AMH. It determines the number of eggs a woman has in her ovaries.
Yeah, so in some advanced countries, they actually freeze some.
Those who, yes.
They freeze out their eggs.
And most people do not know that the older you grow, the lesser you use your eggs. When they say the lesser you use your eggs, it means that the lesser your eggs get fertilized. You lose it as you grow older because you were born with a certain number of eggs. I'm not a doctor here, but because I've read much, I know. You are born with a certain number of eggs, and as you grow older, you lose them through your menstrual cycle and all that kind of thing. And when you get to your 40s, from 35 going up, it's like a sack with a lot of eggs in it, and they are dropping. What happens? You have vacuum. So when you get to the advanced age, 40s going, instead of maybe 20 eggs in a sack to make it bulgy, you have like 5. They are also not bulged up in one particular place. They are scattered. Sperm enters. Give and take, sperm can last for 3 to 5 days in there. The sperm swims, looking for an egg. It doesn't get an egg. It gets tired after the 5th day. It dies. You see? So your parents, knowing that there is something called a biological clock, will tell you that if you don't want to get married, especially when they say that you reached an age of, say, 30 plus, and you don't seem to have any, focus on marriage, or you don't seem to have a particular man you are, rolling with, they get scared. Then they start telling you, hey, warrior with the but
why wouldn't you ask me first whether I want to have a child? You see, we assume that you should have a child.
Yes, unless you, the lady, do not want to have kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You've had that, but
because no parents.
But most of the time, you see,
definitely there's an assumption.
Because of the legacy and the generation, they don't want you to cut their generations off.
I think cringe when I hear a woman or a man say that I don't want to have kids. The first question that comes to my mind is, if you were not born, would you even get a chance to get up and say that you don't want to have kids? If somebody didn't have the idea to have kids, would you even be here saying that you don't want to have kids? Who gave you that? Who gave you that right? No, who gave you that right to say that?
So far as you're here, whether by chance or by force,
you need to. Continue.
Yes, the Bible said, "Well, go forth and multiply." I mean, reproduction is part of our life. You reproduce so that life can go on. If everybody decides I don't want to have kids, will we have life? Life will die. Because everybody will die.
No, I get it. I mean, I'm not against having children, but sometimes we don't even want to look at the situation of or the married people or the person that you want to have a child. So there's a married couple, you are not even careful to think, oh, what did you want to say? Are they okay? We're just concerned about children. When they come forth and the people are not able to support them, what happens? Because then sometimes we force people to have children and taking care of them becomes another question.
That's why the white man will say that when he gets married, he and his woman, knowing very well that they for them, what I heard was that they say babies are expensive. So they plan before having kids, even when they get married. You don't start having kids within a few months of getting married. Maybe 2-3 years. And they look at their ages too before they take such a decision.
Yeah.
But unlike us, who virtually don't read anything to get such information before we make such moves, you see, we are the ones who put ourselves in that quagmire. You know your finances are not strong, and you decide to get married. You know children are expensive, Pampers and likes. So you have to plan towards it. That's why right now, I'm an advocate against huge co-beginning wedding and co.
Yeah.
Focus on the life after.
Why? I mean,
unless you can afford.
You
Yes.
can afford, fine. If you cannot afford and you are average worker in Ghana and you are earning a salary and looking at your wife also earning a salary, Accra rent, transportation, and all that, it looks like if you go and pump 50,000 Ghana cedis into a wedding, it looks like that is not economically sensible.
You're not wise.
Yeah.
You're too
Yeah. Yeah. You see, so it is better, like what he's saying, just plan everything and look at all pros and cons. Just go and see your pastor and tell pastor, I have come. I need your blessings. Just bless me. I'll go to court, because people will not even appreciate the flamboyance you show at your wedding.
Exactly.
They will definitely, somebody will go and say something. Wait more. Me quite cry, man. So cry, no more. I am from being.
And the longest your wedding can last is a week. With
Yeah.
all the hashtags.
Yeah.
Yes, all the hashtags
Yes.
that came by.
Yes.
After
But taking care of a child is a lifetime work. I follow a certain lady on Facebook, and last week Thursday she showed forth her son's GCE exams, and she said that she's not showing it off because she wants to show off, but she has really gone through with that child. She gave birth to that child, and they told her, this your child can never go to school, this your child can never talk, this your child can never do anything. You have to even leave your work and be with this child. And from there, he said that no, the doctors have an opinion. Let me start reading. What can I do for this child? That what these doctors have said, even if it is so, I can also help my child, that my child can get to a place. And because of that, he said that he stopped buying shoes. He reduced a lot of things. He couldn't buy houses just to take his son to therapy, just to see. He said that they give him a GP and you go and the queue is like dead. So he said, no, let me get a private speech therapist for my child. He gathers all his money. Sometimes he have to drive 3 hours in snow just to get a specialist therapist, not the one the government has given him. And now, this boy can talk. And this boy went to write GCE at the age of 16 and he blows all nines. And he got distinctions. So it tells you that if he has spent that money on luxury, because he said that his husband really loved cars, but he's riding a very funny car now, just to see that child. Yes. So it means that what he's saying is true. Because even when you get to this marriage and you are faced with this childlessness, and you see that it is a medical problem, it is a biological problem, and it can be solved. The money that you need to solve this issue, when you go to your bed and you think about that wedding, that flamboyant wedding, you will realize that I have not done good to myself.
Because today, IVF, for instance, is very expensive.
Yeah.
You're looking at approximately about $6,000, about 40,000 cedis. And if you find yourself at a certain age, you can do an IUI, which is cheaper. Those are for those within the early 25s to 30s. IVFs are for those who are, advanced aged.
Yeah.
And that is more expensive. So sometimes the individuals need to know themselves, know the person you are marrying, look at age-wise. That thing they say age is nothing but a number. It's a lie. It is a number, especially when it comes to childbearing. It is a very big number. You get my point? You look at those things because those are the dynamics when it comes to childbearing. It's good that we believe in God. But I have come to realize through reading, in terms of childbirth and co, that
Do your part as well.
you have to do your part for God to put His, blessing on it. You can't pray. You can pray from morning to evening if you don't work. I remember
That is why the
at
word
church.
of God is telling us that we shouldn't pray amiss.
Thank you.
Yeah.
At church, I know one pastor who will come and pray for you and tell you that I have prayed for you. Go home and go and have sex.
Exactly.
Don't
Yeah,
let
but
my
the
prayer
child
be
will
waste.
not stay.
Have crusade.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Then the child will not fall from.
Go and have a whole night's crusade. Go and worship. Sex is worship.
worshiping, yeah.
Yes. Go and worship. Otherwise, what I have done for you will be cost 90.
It's true.
You see? So when we place too much emphasis on the spiritual aspect of childbearing, forgetting the physical aspect of childbearing or child production, we are not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, so maybe for your final words as we do the curtains of this one.
What I want to assure all couples that are facing childlessness is that just do the needful. And after doing the needful, trust in the Lord. Because when it is your time, it can never go past you. And don't stress yourself. Plug your ears as to things that people will say, because we all know that when you are facing that challenge, the negatives that come, the negative words that come, they are too much. But if you pay attention to them, those negative words, they are the words that will make you, and they can even prevent you from not even having the children at all. But have a positive mind and be conscious about it, that you already even have children, and you'll be fine.
And you would be fine. Allow your final words.
Well, children are a blessing. They create joy in a home. But if children are not present in a home, it doesn't mean you should kill yourself. It doesn't mean you should. Well, you can go the extra mile, but you don't have to let it weigh you down. Men, I'm speaking to you men, because I'm a man. Support your women when you are not having kids in your marriage. Your family will be on her neck, but you have to give her that support, that assurance that she comes first, your family comes second, because she's the one you're with. And I believe that if you're going to enjoy yourselves to the max. Don't enjoy yourselves with an expectation of having kids. If you're having sex, splurge. Don't do it with one focus. I need to have a kid come out of it. Otherwise, every month, you'll be disappointed.
It is what it is. When your time comes, as they're saying, nothing will stop it. So we are encouraging all couples out there. Enjoy your marriage. Children are good. We have all established that. But enjoy the marriage. When the children come, you will spend more time taking care of them. But do not fret. Don't let societal pressure weigh you down. Support each other, as we are saying. especially to the men, because in our society, the pressure is mostly on the women. Support your women, support each other, and go through this phase. A better phase will come. It's been a wonderful discussion here on the Unscripted series. As I always say, do follow us on our social media pages at the Unscripted series. Drop us a comment. I always love to hear from you. You can also follow me on Instagram at y_Sapoma and on Twitter at y_Sapoma. Thank you so much to Bevi for my makeup. You can follow her on Instagram at Bevi_Yeboah. It's a goodbye from all of us here at the Unscripted series.
CJTV Studio has a professional ultra-modern television studio available for rentals. Our studio is equipped for the most demanding multi-camera productions of broadcasting quality. CJTV Studio is ready for use, and the rental price includes a technical crew, camera equipment, lighting, sound, and live video editing. We can also easily make live broadcasts on the internet. Rent our TV studio for your news bulletins, interviews, talk shows, fashion shows, webcasts, religious broadcasts, sports shows, and auditions. Contact CJTV Studio for appointments on the following numbers: 0302-220-715 or 0545-059-319.
Do you need a place to hold an event or a place to lodge? Joe's Place, located on the West Hills near New Botiano, Accra, is the place for you.
You are welcome to Joe's Place.
We have a state-of-the-art event center fully equipped with lighting, LED display screens, and sound system. You can hold your live events, live musical concerts, wedding receptions, birthday parties, and church services at our event center. Our wedding reception package includes free decoration of the 200 seating capacity hall. We also provide wedding chairs, tables and covers, flower stands, couple chairs, wedding backdrops. Our 18-bedroom guest house has standard rooms which can be used by 1 or 2 visitors. We provide restaurant services for our guests. You can locate Joe's Place at Red Top, New Botiano, Accra, just some few minutes drive from the West Hills Mall. Please call 0302-961-906.
CJTV, in partnership with the National Theatre, presents Miss Aquaba Fest 22. Are you 18 years and above? And do you have some knowledge about Ghana, our culture, and tourism? Get ready to participate in the maiden edition of the Miss Aquaba Fest, slated for Saturday, 6th August 2022 at the National Theatre, Accra. Auditions will take place on Friday 1st and Saturday 2nd July 2022 at the ultra-modern CJTV Studios at Bekala Paz, Accra. Hurry and register now at www.aquabafestivals.com or call 0245 200 401 or 0242 157 111 for all enquiries. Registration is free. Juicy prizes await the ultimate winner of Miss Aquaba Fest 22, 10,000 cedis cash, a fully loaded paid for one trip to Dubai plus pocket money, and also the opportunity to feature on the cover page of the Aquaba Fest 22 magazine. Register now to take part in this 4-week tourism reality show to crown the winner of the maiden edition of Miss Aquaba. Aquaba Festival 22 is brought to you under the auspices of the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture and powered by CJ Multimedia. Sponsors:
This is the time to arise and build a better future. My name is Jerina. I come your way with Youth Express right here on CJTV. Join me as we discuss critical issues, economic issues, and more right here on the show. Be part of this great developmental show, and together, trust me, we will build a better Ghana.